Hello, and welcome to my channel. And today I am going to talk about some Frankenstein movies that I've watched. The first one I watched was Frankenstein, the 1910 version. This one was really interesting, and this was a silent film made in 1910. And obviously it was based on the Frankenstein book. It's interesting on how they created the monster, because now we see Frankenstein. Obviously Frankenstein is laying on a ground, and they put electricity to him and he comes to life. But in the 1910 version, he actually, he was putting in potions. And he put the cauldron in the oven, and basically the monster formed there. It was short, and I do think it was cut off very short, so the ending was disconnected from the part where Frankenstein kills his wife or something. I don't know. And I don't know what captures her. And then, there was some disconnect there. Then I also watched Army of Frankenstein. And that one was a German, I believe. It was a German and American film. So it did have American or English in there. But it was kind of a movie about Frankenstein's armies, and he's creating all these creatures and putting, instead of it undead, they're actually alive people, and he performs surgery on them and then gives them a drill for a hand or something, and they start killing people that enter his domain and stuff. This one's really interesting. It's kind of about one guy who takes the German group of people from Nazi Germany, and they go into this Frankenstein, area, and he is supposed to get Frankenstein. And yeah, it's interesting. It's not the greatest movie. I think this one was a 3 for me, because I just didn't like that there was monsters at every turn, and it was kind of disgusting too, so yeah. Then the next movie I watched was Alvin Meets Frankenstein. And Alvin Meets Frankenstein or Alvin and Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein. And that one was about, it was an Alvin and Chipmunks movie, and it was really good, actually. This one was really funny. It kind of had the tropes of monster movies. Obviously, Frankenstein runs after the Chipmunks. Then he befriends one of them, and, the story goes from there, that we see the evil Dr. Frankenstein. So yeah. So that one was really interesting. And then the fourth one I saw was Igor. And I love this movie. This is about an Igor who wants to be an evil scientist, and he creates different experiments on his own time and stuff, but he's an Igor, so he's pulling the switch, but he doesn't, and it's hilarious. He's a smart Igor, and it's really hilarious. This one has a lot of the famous funny lines in horror movies and stuff, so it's a must watch. Another film I watched was Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster. This one was an old movie. I think it was in black and white. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, there was in color. It was in color too. But it was an interesting take on, I think, aliens and Frankenstein. So there's this space scientist. The scientist creates Frankenstein. Frankenstein goes up in space to figure out what's happening on Mars, and the space planet crumbles, or the space, not planet, but the space ship crumbles because the Martians shoot him down. Then he gets on Earth, and it's interesting too because Frankenstein isn't really a bad guy in this one, but it was really funny, and I highly recommend that one for kids and stuff because it's really funny. The next movie I watched was a short, and it was Frankenweenie, the original Frankenweenie, and that one was in black and white. This one was made in the 80s, I think, or maybe earlier or something, but it was live action. It was made by Disney, and it was about obviously a kid who loses his dog and then tries to raise him back from the dead. And of course, Frankenweenie causes havoc among the village. It's a really interesting take on Frankenstein because it's a dog and not human, but it's still kind of the same concept. And I really highly recommend that movie. So those are all the movies that I watched dealing with Frankenstein, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!